Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meaty69, and today we're going to be looking at Open Test 5.8. Now, we're only going to be looking at three things in this update. We're not going to be looking at any balance changes because, as of yet, I'm not aware of any. But there is three main things, and that is the Chinese tank destroyer line. So we're going to start off with the tier 6. So it starts from tier 6 and it goes up to tier 10. Now, this is the tier 6. It's got literally no armor. The gun seems okay. It is the, what is it? It's the WZ131GFT. Hit points 955, frontal armor 35. It's literally got no armor whatsoever. 45 speed limit. Standard shell damage 210 to 350. Rate of fire 8.79. AP pen 181. APCR pen 241. 280 damage around about. Aim time 3.4. Dispersion 0.330. So that is the tier 6. Seems okay. You're going to get penned with HE, I think, from almost everything, especially the heavies. You got the KV2 that you're going to have to be careful. Definitely going to be careful with the big TDs, especially the SU-152, the SU-100Y, KV2, tanks like that. But in general, the tank itself feels okay. It's definitely not a frontline tank with the armor. It's definitely a sit at the back tank, grab the damage, and later on save your hit points, and then go in towards the end of the battle. The traverse seems not so bad. The reload is not too bad at 6.8 seconds for around 280 damage. So the tier 6, not too bad. Moving on to the tier 7, which is the T-34 2GFT. Again, not a bad looking tank. The armor, again, is not great, but as you go up the line, the armor does get better, so does the damage. So here, the hit points 1060. You got the whole armor 70. So again, with the tier 8s, especially the TDs, you're going to get hit with some HE. 50 kilometers per hour, and the average damage is 300 to 500, which isn't so bad. 7.13 rounds a minute, with the aiming time at 4.5 seconds. 0.371 dispersion. 192 AP pen. On your heat, you have 250, which isn't bad for a tier 7 tank. It really isn't bad. Traverse speed, you have 556. And again, just like the tier 6, it feels okay. The armor, again, you've got nothing. You've got nothing. The gun itself seems really good. Speed, again, seems really good. Traverse, really good. Again, it's probably going to be a sit at the back tank, or even a tank to go with your mediums, because in tier 7 you're going to see a lot of light tanks or medium tanks, so possibly to help your mediums, sitting behind your mediums, grabbing that big damage. Traverse, again, look, seems quite nice. It looks like the mediums are going to struggle to circle a Defia, which means you can get up and close with your mediums and help them out the best you can. But 7-second reload with the adrenaline, 8.4 without. So overall, again, not a bad tank. Moving up to tier 8, we have the WZ111 1GFT. And again, this is where we're going to start getting a little bit more armor, and the alpha will get a little bit higher. Again, a nice looking tank, quite big. It's going to be an ISU 152, not equal, but it's going to probably play like that. So the hit point's 1170, frontal armor is 100, rear and sides is next to nothing. Speed limit is 35. Shell damage between 345 and 575, and the penetration 208 to 882. 3.4 second aim time, 5.94 second rate 5.9 rate of fire, 460 AP pen, heat 390, which isn't so bad. Aim time 3.4. So again, not a bad looking tank. This is where the traverse starts to get a little bit slower. The tank does start to get a little bit slower, but again, 10.1 second reload, not bad, not bad. And it's quite a nice tank. Unfortunately, because this is open test, I haven't been able to play these tanks in battle. If anyone has open test, you can really only get in a tier 10 battle, and even then, which I'm going to show you with the tier 10 Chinese, the battle is stupid. It matches you either like 2 against 2 or 2 against 3. It's very rare to get in a proper 7 versus 7 battle. But we've had some fun. We have had a little bit of fun. I've had some help along the way with some random Russian guys, as this is on the RU server, RU test server. I don't think they knew they was helping me, but they helped me get the footage. So this is the tier 8. It seems okay. Seems, again, kind of like the ISU 152. It's going to kind of match it, and it's going to play really nice. Moving up to the tier 9 WZ111 GFT. Now, this is where the big gun comes, and it's got nice alpha. The reload, I think, is quite long, actually, on this. But again, it's kind of a big, nice looking tank. 1,590 hit points. Frontal armor is 200, so this is where you start getting the troll front armor. Side and the rear is next to nothing. 35 kilometers per hour, and your damage between 480 and 800. And standard penetration 247 to 334. Aim time 3.5, dispersion 0.362. So your average pen on your AP 290, and your your heat 375, which is fantastic heat pen. It really is great heat pen. Standard damage 640 on your AP, 550 on your heat, and 960 on your HG. 3.5 second aim time there, which we've seen. But the reload, as I've said, is quite long. And all that I am showing you is with calibrated shells. It's with the rammer. It's not with the calibrated shells. I really don't think this tank will need the calibrated shells. I think it's got good enough pen. But this tank, 12.6 second reload if you use your adrenaline, which takes nearly 3 seconds off the reload. But again, a nice tank. It's gonna play like the Object 704. Sit at the back, get that damage. Hopefully get some troll bounces from if you're sitting kind of far away, and then when the enemy are kind of low, that's when you can move in and you can really bully them. But with the long reload, it has got quite a long reload. I'm not actually sure what the Object 704 reload is, but traverse is kind of a bit slower on this tank. But again, overall, it's kind of a nice tank. So here we are, going to move up to the one that everybody wants. It's the WZ1113 GFT. Now this is a very nice tank, and I've actually had some battles in the tank on the test server. Again, as I've said, 2 versus 2 or 2 versus 3, but you can kind of get the grips of how the tank is going to play. So let's have a look. Hit points 1,910. And your armor is pretty much the same. A little bit more on your hull, 230 on your hull, 80 on the side, 70 on the rear. Speed is 38, and your standard shell damage 480 to 800. Shell penetration 247 to 334. 4.75 rounds per minute, and it's a 4 second aim time. Dispersion 0.317. Standard pen is 290 on your AP, 375 on your heat, and 90 on your HG. And again, 640, 550 and 960 for your average damages across all your ammo. And here we're going to get into some battles. Again, look, 3 versus 2. You don't get this in randoms. And we're going to actually shoot the top of it. We come across another one, but it does a low roll. It that. Not sure if that's a proper weak point for HE, but we only do just over 400 damage. So now we aim at the bottom of the tank, and there we get the 953 damage. So it's a nice tank. It really is a nice tank, and I'm actually looking forward to it. Again, it kind of plays like the Object 268, just like pretty much the whole line. And here, some Russian dude kind of helped me. Again, I don't think he knew he was helping me, but he wasn't shooting. He allowed me to look at the tank. But this tank's got really good pen, so against this tank, in this tank, you're going to have no problem penning it. Whereas in medium tanks or tier 9 tanks, you're probably going to get some of the troll bounces. HE there, no way of penning it with HE. Pretty much, I don't know if you can pen it from the side with HE, but with the back, definitely you can pen this, no problem whatsoever. And here is another game we got into, 2 versus 2, me and a Batchat versus 2 Death Stars. And it's kind of funny playing on the open test server because everyone's Russian, so everyone's talking to you, and you just got no idea what they are saying at all. Even in training room, I create a training room just to have a go at these tanks. Finish the game and there's 3 or 4 people waiting in the training room. You put them in the game, they're talking, and you just have no idea what they are saying. So the accuracy on this thing, which we are going to see, it seems okay, but I don't know if that was just RNG. We're going to come across here the Batchat. I don't know how good of a player he is. He hasn't spotted me any targets yet. But also the gun depression on this tank, I'm not sure what the gun depression is, but it feels like 7 or 8 degrees, maybe. Yeah, I'd say about 8 degrees. And here we have the Death Star. Gonna aim, gonna get a nice 656 alpha into him. So the gun depression, as I said, feels really, really nice on this tank. I'm not sure quite what it is. It might be on Blitz Stars or Blitz Hanger. I haven't actually had a check, but I'm guessing probably around 8 degrees of gun depression. So it's very nice. 12.6 second reload. Again, nice reload. And I'm going to get a nice shot in here. Can only just see the top. 724 damage into him. No problem whatsoever. So now that just leaves the last Death Star, which has just almost rinsed the Batchat. The Batchat is going to reload before him, and I am getting there as quick as I can. 36, 40, 41 kilometers an hour. It's a nice tank, and I really am going to be looking forward to getting this tank. I know a few people who are going to get the tank straight away, and if you're going to do that, you're going to need, I think, just to get this tank from tier 9, it's like 350,000 XP, which is crazy. If you start off with the tier 6, I think you need to grind the T34, the tier 5. I think it's like 11,900 XP, which is nothing. That's a few games. So that is the Chinese TDs. So the second thing that is coming in this update is Mad Games. Mad Games is coming back. Wargaming has listened to the people. They've listened to the players, and they are bringing Mad Games back once again. It's not permanent. I believe it could only be for this update. I'm not sure if there's a certain amount of time. It doesn't say anything. Mad Games, looking through it, it looks exactly the same. It looks the same maps unless they haven't changed it. It looks the same maps. It looks the same modifications. But everyone wanted Mad Games. And if you didn't want Mad Games, then I really don't know what is wrong with you, because you don't have to play it. If you don't want to play Mad Games, you don't have to. And Mad Games is a great way of grinding your modules for tanks that are stock, because it doesn't go towards your stats. So it's great. So you can have fun in a tank and grind all at the same time. And that, guys, is for it. I don't know any balance changes. When I find out if there is, I will sure update you all. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. This update is going to be epic, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.